You know, when you think about it, comedy is everywhere, especially in Nigeria. I mean, we live in a country where the absurd is the norm. And if you can't laugh at the chaos around you, you might just lose your mind. Take a moment to consider the daily hustle. You wake up in the morning, and the first thing you hear is the sound of your neighbor's generator. It's like a symphony of chaos, a cacophony of life. You can't help but chuckle as you think, there goes Mr. Adeyemi, powering his dreams and his fridge at the same time. And then there's the traffic. Oh, the traffic. It's like a rite of passage. You're sitting in your car, stuck in a jam that seems to stretch for miles, and you start to notice the little things. The guy selling pure water, balancing a dozen bags on his head like he's training for the Olympics. You can't help but admire the skill. I mean, if only we could harness that talent for something more productive, like, I don't know, negotiating peace treaties or solving world hunger. But no, he's just there, hawking water to people who are too busy scrolling through their phones to notice the miracle of human balance happening right next to them. And then there's the bus conductors. Oh, the conductors. They are the unsung heroes of Nigerian public transport. With their loud voices and even louder personalities, they are the comedians of the streets. You're sitting in a danfo, and suddenly the conductor bursts in, shouting, "Oh yeah, enter, enter! No time to waste. If you're not entering, you're missing out on the best ride of your life." It's like a stand-up routine on wheels. You can't help but laugh as he tries to squeeze in one more passenger, like a magician pulling rabbits out of a hat. You there at the back, you can fit, just suck in your stomach. And let's not forget the market. Oh, the market. It's a treasure trove of comedy gold. You walk in and it's like stepping into a different world. Vendors shouting, "Ofe Nsala, fresh fish, come and buy." It's a competition of voices and you're just there, trying to navigate through the chaos. You overhear a woman haggling over the price of tomatoes, and it's like watching a dramatic performance. "Madam, this tomato is fresh, it's organic, it's from my farm." And she replies, "Organic? I'm not buying your lies. I want a discount." And the food, oh the food. You can't talk about Nigerian life without mentioning the food. You walk into a buka and the aroma hits you like a wave. Jollof rice, pounded yam, egusi soup, it's a feast for the senses. But then you see the prices and suddenly you're in a comedy sketch. Wait, how much for this plate of rice? I could buy a small car for that. And the woman behind the counter just laughs. "My dear, you want to eat like a king or like a pauper? Choose wisely." Then there's the family dynamics. Nigerian families are a comedy show in themselves. You sit down for dinner, and it's like a live taping of a sitcom. Your aunties are gossiping, your uncles are cracking jokes, and your mother is just trying to keep the peace. "Why don't you have a boyfriend yet?" "Auntie, I'm just trying to survive." And the way they all come together for family gatherings, it's like a reunion of characters from a long-lost sitcom. You have the overly dramatic aunt, the quiet uncle who always has a wisecrack, and the cousin who thinks he's the next big Nollywood star. I'm telling you, I'm going to be famous. Just wait and see. And let's not forget the power situation. The power situation. It's a comedy of errors. You're sitting in your living room and suddenly the lights go out. It's like a scene from a horror movie, but instead of screaming, you just burst out laughing. There goes Nipa again. I guess they're on a coffee break. You grab your phone, turn on the flashlight, and start making jokes about how you're now living in the Stone Age. Who needs electricity when you have candles and a good sense of humor? And the relationships. Nigerian relationships are a comedy waiting to happen. You're dating someone, and suddenly you're thrust into the world of family expectations. "You have to meet my parents." It's like auditioning for a role you didn't sign up for. You walk into the house, and there's your potential mother-in-law sizing you up like you're a piece of meat. So what do? I'm a comedian? And you can see the look on her face, like she's trying to decide if you're a catch or a disaster. And the weddings. Oh, the weddings. They are the pinnacle of Nigerian comedy. You attend one, and it's like a festival of laughter. The outfits, the dancing, the food, it's all part of the show. You see the couple trying to cut the cake, and it's like watching a slapstick routine. No, you're holding it wrong. Just let me do it. And the MC is there, cracking jokes, trying to keep the crowd entertained. If you're single and you're here, just know that this could be you next year. So, start saving for that ASO EB. And in the midst of all this, there's the resilience of the Nigerian spirit. We laugh because we have to. We find humor in the madness because it's the only way to cope. Life throws challenges at us, but we respond with laughter. We turn our struggles into jokes, our pain into punchlines. It's a survival mechanism, a way to navigate through the absurdity of everyday life. So how do you make comedy out of everyday Nigerian life? You embrace the chaos, you find the humor in the mundane. You laugh at the little things, the quirks of the people around you, the absurdity of the situations you find yourself in. You tell stories that resonate, that reflect the reality of life in Nigeria. You celebrate the resilience of the human spirit, the ability to find joy in the struggle. Because at the end of the day, laughter is what keeps us going. It's what binds us together, what makes us human. And in a world that often feels overwhelming, it's the one thing we can always count on to lighten the load.